Hello everyone, welcome to Unacademy, India's largest e-learning platform. Today, we'll start our session with one important topic, that is right to privacy and social media. So, let's start your preparation with an academy platform where you will get benefit of unlimited access for live and recorded lectures, daily classes, so you can ask your doubts to the faculties. Structured courses are there. After your preparation, you can attend live mock tests as well. So download an Academy Learning app and start your preparation. It's me, Rushikesh, having experience more than 8 years to guiding UPSC aspirants. You can join our Telegram channel to get daily updates important for your preparation. We are 100 plus top educators will help you throughout your preparation for prelims, main and personality test. Those aspirants who wants to start their preparation subject wise, they have option to join our various modules, and those candidates want to start their preparation with complete GS, they have option for the plus subscription. For that, do not forget to apply code RBI Live to get 10% discount on their subscription. If we are talking about our iconic subscription, where you will get personal coach, your complete study plan for the preparation and personalized feedback. So join with our iconic subscription and do not forget to apply code RBI Live referral code to get 10% discount. Start your optional preparation with an academy platform where you have option of all subjects as per your choice. Even you can attend our Unacademy Combat series as well, scheduled on 31st January in the morning 11 a.m. This after this contest, you will get ranking and amazing prizes as well. Plus, you can inform to your friends as well to join our new batches starting from 25th January. So these batches are structured for 6 months, complete 1 year, 2 year courses along with NCRT batches. Now, we'll start today's lecture, right to privacy. So tell me guys, what is mean by right to privacy? Yes, tell me. Yes, Shashank, right. Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Right. So, if I'm talking about right to privacy, if we'll define according to human rights, that is basically right to privacy is widely considered one of the basic human rights. And under the Article 12 of the UDHR, Universal Declaration of Human Rights by United Nations, they have mentioned under Article 12, no one shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with his privacy, family, home, or correspondence, nor to attack upon his honor and reputation. Everyone has the right to the protection of the law against such interference or attacks. So they have mentioned or defined the right to privacy and its outline, right? So most of the nation in the Western countries have a robust framework of laws regarding right to privacy. Now, if we are talking about our scenario, that is Indian scenario, India has been fed for the very long time now to frame, you know, robust framework for the same, right? Now, Privacy is both important and controversial topic in ever evolving technology driven digital world. If we are talking about 21st century evolving social media and e-world, we can say technology world needs to be connected with the right to privacy as well. Now, in the context of Indian Constitution, if we'll discuss Article 21 means protection of life and personal liberty. So, what Article 21 describes, like no person shall be deprived of his life or personal liberty except according to the procedure established by law. This right is available to both citizens and non-citizens. So Article 21 in the Indian Constitution describes protection of life and personal liberty. If I'm talking about few judgments of the Supreme Court, they declared few rights as a part of Article 21. So there are approx 35 rights in which I'll describe few here and will start with the today's right to privacy. If I'm talking about these few rights under the Article 21, these are like right to live with human dignity, right to decent environment, including pollution free water and air, and protection against hazardous industries, right to livelihood. Then important part of today's lecture, that is right to privacy and right to shelter. So we'll start with the information and we'll study in detail right to privacy in world context and our Indian context. All right, guys. So if we'll start today's lecture, we'll study few important cases and development of right to privacy. As we know, there are few cases in our India and their judgment related with the right to privacy. Long ago, if we'll discuss about 1954, there was one case, that is MP Sharma versus Satish Chandra, that is Union of India, right? So this case was related to investigation, means the industry of Dalmia Group related that case, right? So investigation related case where 8 judge bench gave the judgment in that Dalmia Group case that if we are talking about right to privacy, the 8 judge bench gave the judgment includes, they have said, for the security of the state was provided to overriding powers of the search and seizure in that judgment. And there is no such a concept of right to privacy in the Indian Constitution. The 8 judge bench was stated in the judgment in 1954. They stated that there is no such a concept of right to privacy in the Indian Constitution. Now, it's an evolving stage, so we'll see the further development under the right to privacy. Now, next case is Khadak Singh versus State of UP, 1962. In this case is related to surveillance, right? The dacoity case and the surveillance procedure was followed by the Uttar Pradesh police. So under this case, 6 judge bench stated in their judgment that there is no guarantee of right to privacy in the Indian Constitution. If I'm talking about the duration and time of 1962. And in that judgment, they stated that there is no guarantee of right to privacy in the Indian Constitution. Now, these two cases of MP Sharma versus Union of Government 1954 and Khadak Singh versus State of UP 1962, both these larger Supreme Court benches clearly stated that Indian Constitution does not guarantee a fundamental right to privacy. But six judge bench in which one of the justice, Mr. Subbarao, they gave a minority view in that judgment, and the scope of the right to privacy to be extended from Article 20 came up from the Kharak Singh's case, that is 1962. So remember this point. During that time, Supreme Court stated that clearly stated that Indian Constitution does not guarantee a fundamental right to privacy. But one of the judge views in that judgment, that was the scope of the right to privacy in further cases. Now we'll see next case, that is People's Union of Civil Liberties versus Union of India, known as PUCL versus Union of India 1997. This famous case known as telephone tapping case, right? So in this case, one of the ex-prime minister of our India stated that the telephone was tapping, including him. There are 27 people's phone were tapping, telephone tapping case and telephone tapping by the government of India. Now they raised the issue against the right to privacy, means under the Article 21, right to life and personal liberty deals with the right to privacy. Now in this case, Supreme Court stated that in judgment, telephone tapping is a serious invasion of an individual privacy. So investigation agency was CBI, and the CBI, and after that Supreme Court of India stated in the judgment that telephone tapping is a serious invasion of an individual's privacy. Now according to that judgment, the guidelines incorporated in the Indian Telegraph rules. So there were few guidelines stated by Supreme Court of India, and those guidelines incorporated in the Indian Telegraph rules. Okay, now here we can hear the statement of the Supreme Court stated that, which means telephonic conversation is a part of right to privacy. All right, now we'll see next important case and recent case, that is Justice K.S. Puttaswamy retired versus Union of India 2017. Remember guys, this is the recent one and famous. This is case as known as Aadhaar case. So in this case, there was an objection on the process and structure of Aadhaar, formation of Aadhaar. So Attorney General of India in this case stated that we do not, argument of Attorney General of India, that we do not have a fundamental right to privacy in supported with the Supreme Court's previous judgment of these two cases, that is MP Sharma versus Union of India and Khadak Singh versus State of UP. So on the basis of these judgments, AGI stated that we do not have a fundamental right to privacy. But in that case, Supreme Court of India formed 9-judge bench headed by Chief Justice of India, and they gave the judgment in August 2017, and this is a landmark judgment we can say. So note the judgment and remember the judgment. So they gave the judgment that Indian citizens enjoy a fundamental right to privacy, that it is intrinsic to life and liberty, which comes under Article 21 of the Constitution. All right. So now we can say this evolving or evolution of statement and judgment by Supreme Court of India related with the right to privacy. All right, guys. Now we'll see this relation and accordance with social media privacy. Now this is the recent one, current issue related with the social media privacy. And now this age of media, everybody is using like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all these social media platform to interact and express their views. Now question is that, what about the right to privacy? So we'll see few cases and we'll study the social media privacy concept today. All right. Now if we are talking about digital privacy, is there any need of digital privacy in today's time? Or what is meant by digital privacy? So if I'm talking about the emergence of social media, the world is changing at unbelievable speed. If I'm talking about, the world is like home. Okay, so under one roof we are spreading news, information in single click. So it's changing at an unbelievable speed. Now information and communication technology has changed rapidly in the past 2 decades. If I'm talking about the growth of information and communication technology in the last past 2 decades was extraordinary growth in the sector. Now, the idea that one needs to privacy on social media platforms has come to being after the privacy has been violated. So, if I'm talking about digital privacy, so in the few cases, the privacy has been violated. Now, the same thing has been in limelight, right? Now, after that, constant violation of regulations related to social networking resulted in civil and criminal cases that need urgent attention of the world. Now, repeated these cases of fake news and trolling, the laws governing of social media need to be understood. So here is the need of understanding the digital privacy and its role in the current era. Right now, repeated case of fake news, as we have seen nearby cases of fake news trolling on social media. So there should be need an urgent need for awareness. So it's our role, being a good citizen, we should aware society about this importance of social media and avoid fake news and trolling. Now, if I'm talking about, if we'll discuss social media's role in India, that is a large population country and everyone, almost everyone is using this platform to express their views. Now social media in India is regulated by the Information Technology Act 2000. Okay, the act was established in the year 2000. Now if I'm talk if we'll discuss about, this law was put in place to order regulate problems that stemmed out of usage of IT. So all this IT Act 2000 related with the cases under this usage of social media. Now, if we'll connect the expression, that is right to freedom of speech and expression, with our constitution, that is Article 19 deals with that right to freedom of speech and expression, means This is a fundamental right guaranteed to all citizens of India, but must be kept in mind that freedom of expression does not give complete freedom to anybody. Means there are restrictions, right? So this does not ensure that a person or people can write or say anything they wish to, and the context or the intent to behind any news or information being circulated through social media networking channels must be regulated and evaluated in the perspective of law and order in this society, right? Now the authenticity must be verified, as it can have a vast impact on the population which receives such information. If I'm talking about any news, for example, a person A spreading any news, so maybe that news is not verified by the authorities, or we can say that news is fake news. So that news is spreading through various social media platform like WhatsApp, Facebook, and Twitters. So a person A will spread this news in a number of masses, means on through the single click the fake news, chances of that fake news spread throughout the society. Now that's why authenticity, if we are talking about this authenticity, must be verified. As an educated or responsible citizen, it's our duty to verify and authenticate particular news before forwarding or spreading, right? Now the law in this particular field is still nascent stage and evolving with time. If we are evolving in the nature of social media and IT, information technology era, so it's evolving stages day by day, and according to cases we are improving our law in the field of information technology. So guys, the right to privacy act relates with the our constitution provisions as well. Now, if we are talking about what is data privacy, most important part relates with the social media and right to privacy. So, what is data privacy? If we will describe data privacy, the data privacy is suitably defined as the appropriate use of data, that is information. Now, if we are talking about few MNCs or companies and merchants use data and information that is provided or entrusted to them by their customers, okay, and users. So the data should be used according to the agreed purpose. If I'm talking about terms and conditions, when we are visiting any website, or we are following, or we are filling any form for the companies or merchant, we are providing them or disclose our personal information. Now if I'm talking about maintaining or strict data privacy is most important and applicable process. So necessity of maintaining strict data privacy is applicable most stringently to collected personal information such as medical records of the customers, their financial data, criminal records, political records, business related information, or website data. But in an age when most personal information is voluntarily shared on the accessible or broad-based social media platforms, the stringency of data privacy has become more relevant than ever in the context of shared personal data. If we will discuss importance of data privacy, so yes, we need data privacy in the era of information technology. Now we'll see the majors of this data privacy and why data privacy is important. Okay, now if we are talking about modes of communication and transactions, like we are using online platforms for this various transactions. If I'm talking about shopping websites, e-commerce websites, they're collecting customers data, right? So privacy is important in those cases. All right, now, so modes of communications and transactions. Transaction online uses an obliged to disclose personal details at every step in order to avail essential services. If any person wants to use services of particular company or channel, he should submit his all personal information or disclose personal details with that company. Now, all this information gets stored in huge data banks, and we can say reservoirs of world's personal data, and the user can never be sure who has or does not have access to these reservoirs of information. If I'm talking about a person A sitting in India, he shared his information on online platform. Now this information shared on huge data banks on worldwide platform. So on a single click, the personal information of this person shared with chances may be shared with various stakeholders. Right now, if we'll discuss next type or next information, that is the only thing standing between the user and the unscrupulous exploitation of his her or his disclosed personal details is by government, corporation, or even criminal elements in the society and the world, is the nebulous world of data protection law. So there is requirement of internationally attention of this protection of law of protection of these laws through, yes. So, if we'll discuss the security of this data privacy on the world panorama, so internationally, the concern should be attended by the authorities. Now, if we'll discuss this information like governments, government affiliated as well as private organization had started tapping the resource that was the personal information of a large majority of the population of the world. If we'll discuss the data usage on world's panorama, so the government of various countries, government affiliated organizations, or private entities had started tapping these resources of world data, resources of this data bank. All right, now this usage led to alarming questions about the collection and storage of such a great quantities of personal data throughout the world. Now, who had access to it? If we'll raise the question, who had access to it and was the information stored accurate, right? Was it being distributed? So there are a few questions in our mind to reflect it, that is, who had access to it? Was the information stored accurate or in correct measures? Was it being distributed without the knowledge of persons involvement or in the developed nation? So if we are talking about data protection laws started getting formulated in the developed nations. Now, protection laws now exist in some form or over 100 countries worldwide, right? With the growing rise in online threats such as hacking, ransomware, identify, identity, identity theft, e-commerce fraud, cyber stalking, cyberbullying, to name just a few, data privacy measures have become a priority security concern for the international community. So, in these steps, we have studied importance of these data privacy or data protection laws according to international community. All right. Now, we'll study next point, that is data privacy and social media. These are the interconnected things. If a person sharing his personal information on any online platform, that should be secured. Right now, if I'm talking about various social media platform, so the idea of social media may seem like anathema to data privacy. The social media know which information should be posted on social media.